Oh, should we run away, or would it be better just to let things be hard?
Before Beyonce made history in 2010 as the first female artist to win 6 Grammys in one evening, before there was a group known as Destiny's Child which would go on to become the best-selling girl group of all time, before her family would put their future on the line in support of her talents. Beyonce first discovered her gift for singing while enrolled in a dance class, go figure. Her family started charging people $5 a head and people from all over would cram into the living room to watch the young girl perform. She also joined her first girl group at the age of 9 and this would evolve into Destiny's Child. My name is Michael McCrudden and welcome to Before They're Famous. This time we are documenting the life of Beyonce prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. Also let me know in the comments down below who's next.
Hi, my name is Beyonce. Beyonce Giselle Knowles.
Born Beyonce Giselle Knowles on September 4th, 1981 in Houston, Texas. Beyonce got her first name from her mother's maiden name. Her father Matthew worked for many years as a sales representative selling medical equipment, while her mother worked in a bank and later opened her own beauty salon. As a young child, Beyonce was shy and had few friends with the exception of her younger sister Solange. She was enrolled in St. Mary's Elementary School and her parents decided to force her into dance classes, thinking that at the very least it would encourage her to make some friends. Then when they saw their daughter perform for the first time, they didn't even recognize her. She was filled with so much confidence and she lit up the stage. In rehearsals, a teacher had taken note of her gift of singing. Beyonce had mimicked the teacher singing a song and was able to follow her lead and hit all the high notes. From there, singing became her focus over that of dancing, and her parents realized, well, this makes our daughter very happy and she's good enough, she might have a shot at success. So they doubled down and increased their efforts to push her forward. From there, she began competing in local competitions and she would almost always win. In 1990, at the age of 9, Beyonce auditioned for a singing group known as Girl Time. She earned for herself a spot in the group and began performing with them at local events. Her cousin Kelly Rowland was also made a member. That same year, she was also enrolled in Parker Elementary School, a school that specialized in music. And some years later, she would attend high school for the performing and visual arts before moving on to the Aleph Ellis High School. The girl group Girls Time got rid of that name and they tried out something fresh. Then they moved on to Dolls and finally they settled with Destiny. They were working on putting together an album in hopes of getting a record deal. At this time, Beyonce's father Matthew had quit his sales job to focus solely on Beyonce's career as her and the band's manager. The group continued to practice and perform at every opportunity they could. Each weekend they would drive to another show where they could impress a new audience. They thought they had a record deal in 1995, unfortunately it fell through. Finally in 1997, Columbia Records signed the group and by this time the group had been solidified under the name Destiny's Child. Soon they began working on their first album in 1998, Destiny's Child, consisting of Beyonce Knowles, Kelly Rowland, LaToya Luckett, and Latavia Robinson, released their self-titled album with the first single, No No No. And this album quickly found an audience. It sold over 1 million copies and rose to the top of the R&B charts. And the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They're Famous. My name is Michael McCrudden. Thanks for checking out my personal channel. I do all sorts of celebrity bios on here, so be sure to subscribe. Also browse around. There's definitely something for everyone. And let me know who's next. I'll see you guys in the next one.